Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. So, Jomega just told me about this. It is a Gorgon Temple. He noticed it while boating. Of course, we were looking for that last episode, and he had come across it while he was boating, and he's not really interested in the ice and fire stuff. So he hooked me up and gave me the coordinates. So guess what? We have a Gorgon Temple here. And I did bring a blindfold. This is important that we have this. Because, of course, the Gorgon does as it does in mythology. So we've got some string and leather makes a blindfold. Let's go ahead and kick on our night vision. And let's get to dungeoning. So what we're looking for is these levers here. Basically, there's a bunch of levers. And we need to pull these. And basically, if you pull the correct one... Let's see. Not that one. There we go. It was that one. And I think one of these probably does the other side as well. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we have found the Gorgons Lair. And I hear it down there. Yep, it's still alive. So let's throw on our blindfold. And this is to allow us not to see the Gorgon's eyes. Okay? I hear her. There she is. There she is. Alright. And we don't want to look at her or we will turn to stone. There we go. And see, it cuts off her head whenever she dies. Which is actually pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. These things are fairly rare to find, kind of like the Cyclops and stuff. And you do get the Gorgon's head whenever you kill her. So let's throw back on this. And if we look around here, there's a chance, normally, that we might find... Well, actually, I think it's normally up here. So I almost wonder if somebody didn't... I was thinking it was in here. Or down here. Normally it'll spawn with like a bunch of monsters that have been turned to stone. But here it's just skeletons. Like skeleton skulls. So it almost makes me think somebody came over to this area and broke the statues. Maybe? Or maybe they didn't spawn. I don't know. The last time I went through here there was statues, but... Anyways, what we can do with the Gorgon's head is, sadly, it's only a one-time use item. But we can use it, and we can turn any mob to stone. And then what's nice is you can actually take a Silk Touch pick or hammer. I've got a hammer. I've got Silk Touch on my hammer right now because I've been using it. You can take that, and you can turn that mob to stone, and then pick it up and move it to your base. So you can have, like, stone zombies or stone, trolls or, whatever. Now, there are certain mobs that do not work with it. I don't know if I want to close that off or not. Nah, I won't. There are certain mobs that do not work with it. Okay, night vision is off now. But anyways, that's what it looks like from outside. And the thing is, this was pretty close to spawn. Like, I went near it. Or no, I went down around away from it. Down this way. But, it's pretty close to spawn. It's pretty close to my home. And it's just like a big... like ancient Greek temple, right? Sitting there. And what's great, we're going to head back to the base real quick. Let me get back to the base and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, back at our house. This is actually just like the next day from the last episode right now. So I haven't got a ton of building. I have been building. And I'll take you over there here in just a second and show you what I have been working on. But in here, okay, Jomega didn't need his dragon eggs. He said he didn't want them. He wasn't going to use them. And then plus, whenever I start breeding dragons, he can just have one, if he wants one. So he actually gave me a sapphire dragon egg and a blue dragon egg. And then I gave him, let's see, a ring of magnetization, a pendulum, because I found two more, one of each of those. A band of aura, a band of mana, and I don't know, some other stuff. I just gave him a bunch, just a bunch of stuff to make up for it. So we have a blue and a sapphire dragon egg, which is awesome. Then in addition, I got 2 rotten eggs. These can just drop from chickens. But basically, we're going to use these. These are for cockatrice. These can drop from chickens, and we can get little baby cockatrice out of it. And I have gotten 2 of those, which I don't even have chickens automated yet. It's just whenever I run past that boat, my chicken that's in that boat, I guess, is laying eggs, or the one up on the cliff, maybe the one on the cliff. But it was laying eggs, and I was getting rotten eggs, which is awesome. And then also I killed an emerald dragon down in a lair. It was a tier 4, and got a fire dragon egg. So I did get one of those. I still need one more if I want to start breeding fire dragons, because you can't breed fire and ice. It doesn't work. So anyways, I'm going to try to get another dragon egg here soon, and we will go fight a frost dragon, because he told me about a place where he killed a frost dragon, this ice place over here. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to get the stone, we can put it in the scanner and start scanning for those. Because that's how I've been finding dragons. It's just scanning. So, and then if you want to see what I've been working on, right over here, right down here, I've been working down in this section a little bit. It's still a mess, I'm working on it, but that's part of the reason I was needing stone, and I was also needing grass, so I'll put Silk Touch on this, and I can get them both that way. But I've been working down here a little bit. So, and also opening up all this area. Quite a bit. Quite a bit of work. So, but like I said, it hasn't been all that long since last episode recording. So, anyways, I will be back here in a bit. I'm actually going to head over to the ice place, so I might bring you guys back for a frost dragon fight. But then I'll definitely be back whenever I'm actually ready to start this episode. Okay, finally. I've been standing here waiting for a couple minutes for this this debuff to wear off from my Gorgon Temple. I got Mining Fatigue 3 for quite a while. So anyways, here is Frozen Stone and Frozen Cobblestone. This is the one Joe Mega told me about being up underneath this place. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves... Oh. We'll get ourselves a bit of that. I'm actually probably going to go ahead and burrow down. Yeah, down there is a cave. We're going to be hunting for those here in just a moment. Alright, let me just mine up a bunch of that, because I am going to want some of this frozen stone and frozen cobblestone for building in our dragon roost area. So we'll just go ahead and snag a bit of that. There we go. And I think that should be good. Okay. So now, now what we can do is let's take a piece of this. Just the frozen stone will be fine. That's actually kind of lucky finding one like at the surface like that. That's awesome. And let's get our scanner. Let's pull out our module search. I could make a second one of these, so I had one that's configured for charred stone, one that's configured for ice stone, and then just switch them out depending, you know, what biome I'm in. But I could also just carry the stone on me. So we'll set this to frozen stone. Whoops. Drop that into there. And then let me move a little ways away from this one, because there's probably not going to be one right next to it. And I'll scan and see if I can find some of that frozen stone underground so we can go fight ourselves our very first ice dragon, just so you guys can see it. There's an ice dragon. He's closing in. He's like here before I could even get my recording started up. This is a white one here. I noticed there was like some frozen stone over there, and I was running towards it. And like he was running towards me, like as soon as he got close enough that I could see. There we go. He is dead. See, there's his like nest, I guess, over there. All right. Yeah, he's turned me to a solid block of ice here. There we go. You get like a slow effect whenever you have that. All right, silver is what color he is, and an ice dragon heart. And let's see, he was a stage 3 dragon. And we can turn that into a dragon heart as well. I'm starting to get a lot of dragon hearts built up at the moment. I know we're like hunting again this episode. Like, we won't be hunting the entire episode. I'm still debating on what I want to get into. It all depends on where I'm at with builds, things like that. By the time it's actually ready to start recording time. File of overload. And then you can see they have piles of silver. Ice dragons collect silver, whereas fire dragons collect gold. So, and right there is a nature core. So if you guys have been wondering about that, that's what's in here. And inside of here, just a bunch of junk. And this thing will cause like plants to grow quickly around it. Okay, we got another ice dragon. It's after a deer. Let's kill it. This is a blue one right here. Blue or sapphire, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that's a blue. Is what this one is, I think. And there we go. Oh, no, wait. I'm in his mouth. We have Grandmaster the Manulin Rapier. Alright. Well, let's loot this fellow. And it is sapphire. Okay. Okay, and what did we get? It is a stage 3 as well. I'm still looking for an underground one, but we're not going to hunt the entire episode, I promise. Maybe not. But anyways, plutonium, verdentium. Oh, we got sapphires from Ice and Fire. Those are actually kind of nice because you can trade with the villagers, though I haven't seen a village as of yet. Like, Ice and Fire has its own, like, special villagers. And the only thing they accept is those sapphires. They only come from, silver leggings. Which those aren't really hard to make, but I'm going to grab it anyways, because they just take, well, maybe those only come from villagers. Maybe you have to trade for those. I don't know. I was thinking that you could craft them, but maybe not. Maybe not so. Anyways, I'm going to continue running about and scanning. Okay, I've got my sights set on a dragon lair. At long last. Let's do this. I'm actually quite excited for this. Because I've been running... I mean, I haven't been running around a long time. I mean, you can see my scanner's got a little bit... Oh, I think that's a blue. I do believe. Oh, oops, I almost stepped off into that. And of course it's ice, so I'm like sliding around here. Alright, let's come over here. By the way, I'm on the server right now with a lot of people. A lot of... Yeah, that's a blue. The Sapphire's a little bit more of like a dark blue. Which is really, really pretty. And we have a Sapphire Egg, too, which is awesome. Like, when Zul'San said he didn't need it, I was like, yes, I'll take it. Of course, I wanted to trade him something for it, you know. Why am I getting blindness? You know what? I bet you it's because the sun is coming down through there. Question is... Okay, it's not too dark. This is actually going to add some really cool lighting. I am going to take off my ring of magnetization. The reason I've been doing that is because I don't want plutonium, like, getting out of a chest, like, busting out and flying into my inventory, and I don't need ring of magnetization to kill a dragon. Ooh, look at it. Whoa! This is actually cooler than having the night vision on, I think. No, you stop it. I am mounted on it. Alright. I think this is a tier 4. It doesn't have a whole lot of health. Oh, and I did find another... I'll show you in just a second. Right now we need to kill this dragon. Die, die, die. There we go. There we go. And I am like a solid block of ice. Or I was like a solid block of ice. Okay, so anyways, let's do this. Oh, by the way, I've got... right in here, I found another set of... Or another chest piece for Nanosuit. It dropped off of a skeleton. It dropped off of a skeleton. Alright, lots of loot and ring of magnetization. Give me lots of loot. Oh, there's a dragon egg. That's a dragon egg. I see it. Blue dragon egg. Haha! Okay, so we have an extra one already, and we have enough sapphire scales to make our suit of armor. I am probably going to wear the frost armor, because I think it's just a lot cooler. I love the frost dragons. More litherite. I've been getting a lot of that lately. The frost dragons and fire dragons, the main way that they're different is, of course, one shoots fire, one shoots frost. Alright, so that's everything. Let's go ahead real quick, just because we can, and let's craft ourselves a suit of this sapphire dragon armor. It's kind of interesting, I got a blue egg from a sapphire dragon. But I will take it. I will take it. Now, I'd really like the silver armor, but I plan on making all of this. I do, so let's go ahead and throw this stuff on. And there we go, look at that. And that's like a pirate. I'm the color of the sea now. Arr. So, we are officially dragon hunters. We have 3 frost dragon eggs. And I'm glad we actually got an egg on camera, because I was wanting to kill a dragon that actually dropped an egg, so because it's kind of like an exciting moment. Of course, I've got 2 frost eggs, thanks from Joe Mega, but now we have 3. It'll speed up the process of starting our dragon hatchery. It'll speed it up a bit. So anyways, I'll be back, like I said, whenever I'm actually ready to start the real video. Okay, it has been a while since the last cut. I did have some real life stuff come up, so with the house buying thing, we're supposed to be closing on Monday. Assuming nothing, nothing happens. So for those of you that have been on the channel for a while, we've been in this process for a while. Couple months now on this house. And then of course that other one, the flood thing came up, and so we didn't get that one, so. But anyways, we are supposed to close on Monday. Now, a couple things that I have done. I did put well established, which is of course copper. I put a plate on there just so that our hammer gets XP. We are back up to 81 levels. It does generate quite a bit of XP. Now, something that I've been meaning to make since like day one, because it's super cheap, is the Apple of Lofty Stature. It's saying that I have none of those things. Okay. Well, anyways, it goes cyan, orange, apple, medium. Oh, wait. I bet the Biomes of Plenty Grass doesn't work with it. I can fix that. Let me bone meal. I just so happen to have bone meal on me because I was gathering up flowers earlier. Okay, so this. There's our Apple of Lofty Stature. I want to eat this. And what this does is this gives a step up. So now if I run against something, I automatically step up. It's not the auto jump, it doesn't consume a bunch of hunger, but it is very, very useful. So up here, I have been doing a bit of work. I'm actually straddling a couple different builds at the moment. I didn't mean to. I was actually working on this and the lower cave section, kind of at the same time. And then, of course, we started finding dragon eggs, so I was like, okay, I really need to get on the dragon roast. So I'm actually kind of working on the dragon roast, the pirate area, and the cave section down below, all at the same time. It's terrible. But I'm trying to balance out my time between the three. Now over here, this is where I started working, before I started working on the dragon roast area. And you can see I'm starting to add land, so we can actually start planting down trees and, different things. Over here, I'm going to put in spring water. I've got to go get some. I've got to stock up on it. And we're going to have fountains of spring water. And then up here, we're going to have some grass, and I'm going to do some stuff up there. Over here, which I'm just getting grass with the hammer. It's only one at a time. Of course, you can vein mine, but it does have silk touch, so it does work. Over here, I have apiaries placed down. And flowers do speed up their production rate. So I've got flowers. I've started putting flowers around here. And of course, I've got a lot of bees I've been building up because I've been grabbing them whenever we're out exploring. Because, I mean, this is emeralds, this is dragon food, this is honey. It's a lot of different things that we can get from these within this pack. So it is worth setting up a lot of apiaries. And then eventually we will automate these before too long, which will definitely help. But like right now, I can get like a ton of stuff in one swift go, as you can see. And I still have more bees. I actually have to make more apiaries. And I have the leather to do so. And then the rest of this, I think you guys have seen most of this when I showed you before. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I did that. But I have been opening up this cave section a bit. Now, this isn't the largest of the cave sections. But I actually have a really cool plan. I'm actually going to have water running through here. Because, like, over there, it's a higher elevation than down here, and I'm going to have the water kind of like it's flowing down through here. And I'm going to dig this back, and then I'm just going to have it drop, and there's going to be a big waterfall that just runs off of this down to, like, bedrock. It's my plan. It's a lot of digging. So that's why I ended up making this hammer, and I've got it unbreakable with haste. I've actually got one modifier, so I can put another level of haste on there. But it's unbreakable, it's got haste, and it's got silk touch on it at the moment. And that's just to speed it up because it's so much clearing. And this way I get a lot of smooth stone. Like I've got like 100 stacks of smooth stone at the moment, thanks to this. Now if we head up through here, and actually right here, this is the first entrance. It's kind of coming through out of the tavern, and there's some stairs here that go up. And this actually overlooks the lagoon because I'm actually going to have a few different layers here, and I'm going to have these connected over with like walkways and bridges, and I'm going to do ladders and stuff like that. I haven't started any of that part. I've built all these stairs, right? And because I wanted to start on the roost area for this lagoon area. And of course the water is actually going to go back as well. The water down there, like that little waterway, is going to go back into a big cave section too. So But at least the build is coming along at a fairly decent rate. So right now we're well above the lagoon. We're actually pretty close to the top of the mountain, which is actually where my arena is going to be, is on the top. But I haven't even started that yet. But this is where the dragon roost is going to be. And I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to open this up a bit more so we can actually fly our dragons into here. And then I'll probably have a couple other entrances to this. But right here, this is actually leading us to the ice dragon wing. I'm going to have different wings of this area. And I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. Like, look at that. Of course, don't look at the stone. Just look at it from, like, here. But this is what I've been working on for a bit. And actually, Tyler and Joe Mega were both bringing me, like, snow. Lots of snow. And then Tyler actually went and got me the blue fire. You'll see that blue fire in the nether a lot. From Biomes of Plenty, you can just take a jar and bottle it. Now, it is really buggy trying to place it down. It took me forever to get those 4 pieces placed down. Because it's crazy buggy for some reason. Like, you would think just a right click. No, it takes like a million right clicks. And you have to, like, swing your mouse around to try to get it placed in the right place. Luckily, you can bottle it back up and then try again. It was a pain. It was an absolute pain. But basically, to build all this, it actually only took the course of a few minutes because I actually just sang about letting it go, and it just built itself. It was like magic. Now, it actually took a little while, in truth. So if we come through here, this floor is actually slippery. This is, the whole build is actually a combination of frozen stone, frozen cobblestone, permafrost from Quark, and then hardened ice from Biomes of Plenty. And there's a little bit of ice back in there, which I'll show you. It's a combination of those. Now, I do still need dragon ice, like, what's it called? Dragon fire ice or something like that. Dragon ice. Because I want to make spikes, ice spikes, that kind of come down. So back in here, this will be our first dragon pen. This is going to house our very first dragon. You can see I've got some snow here, and I've got some piles of silver there, and a little, like, watering area with some ice around it there. And I did put down a peace candle, because if you look, I've got some lights there in the ceiling to kind of add some light, but I like the dragon dens to be a little bit darker. And that's one thing that always bugged me about Minecraft, is you feel like you have to light everything up. Where you get a lot better lighting when you don't light everything up. Like, this looks a lot better than if it was just bright, I think. If you take a look with F7, it says mobs can spawn all over this place. But that's not true. Peace Candle does a 3x3 area of no mob spawns. So I'm going to be using these. I've only got, like, I think I've got one more. They spawn in Minecraft villager churches. There's like a 1 in 3 chance that they'll spawn inside of there. And that's the only way to get them. So it's going to be fun farming all those up. But anyways, that's what I have done. These are lapis lamps from random things. They don't actually prevent mob spawns whenever they light something up, but the peace candle stops them. So, but this will be our first den for our first ice dragon. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm actually thinking about these colors. Like, I think the next pack that I play that has, like, Biomes of Plenty, Ice and Fire, and Quark in it, I'm totally going to build a build just based on this, like a big ice castle or something. I'm going to be Elsa, because I love these colors. Like, it's not dark, it's not, you know, it's just that pretty ice. It's really cold looking, and I do quite like it. By the way, these are Dragon Tier 2 skulls, what I've got here, and I think they fit in nicely. And then, of course, I did some chisels and bits, or not chisels and bits, architecture craft, right, you know, all over, to kind of shape that up. But I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it so far. So anyways, let's head down, and I want to go get our first dragon egg. We're going to get into dragon hatching for the rest of the episode. We're not going to get into breeding just yet, because I need another pen, and, you know, I need a hatchery and some stuff like that built. But I'm going to show you the basics of having a dragon, hatching your dragon. So we've got 2 blue eggs and a sapphire egg. I need to sort all this stuff. I'm going to. I've just been doing so much exploration lately that I'm getting behind on it. I think we're going to hatch our sapphire dragon. I don't know, though. Blue dragons are really pretty, too, though. Let's do a blue dragon. Let's actually do a blue dragon. We've got 2 of those eggs, but let's do 1. And we are going to want to make a couple things before I even bother hatching this dragon. If we take a look at ice and fire. Now, not all of these things that we're going to make you actually need right out the gate. But I do suggest you go ahead and just make them. We're going to go ahead first and make a dragon command staff. which takes any kind of dragon skull. I'm actually going to use, I've got a bunch in here as you can tell. I'm actually going to use a stage 3. I've got quite a few of those. There we go. It has to be done in a 3x3. Okay, so Dragon Command Staff. We are also going to want a Dragon Horn, which is 4 dragon bones and a stick. And we're going to want a Dragon Bone Flute, which is iron and 2 dragon bones. Okay, so Dragon Horn and the Dragon Bone Flute. Now what these do, the Dragon Horn is probably like your best friend. It's amazing. The Dragon Horn and the Dragon Command Staff are the 2 most important ones. And the last thing that I want to craft is I want to go ahead and craft up a bit of... there's actually 2 things here. I'm not going to be going for a max size dragon. Within our dragon hatchery, we're going to have a max size, like a couple max size dragons. But we're not going to take all of our dragons to max size. You know, I had one in Sprout that was max size. They're so big, like you need like a 50 by 50 area to store them. And they're not really usable for flight, in my opinion, because it's, you see their neck moving, and it's actually really hard to fly one of those and like actually see things, because even if you go into third person, like you can't even see yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some max size dragons that are like brood mothers, that are like down in like a big cave, you know. I will probably have, you know, maybe 1 fire, 1 ice, maybe more if I feel skippy, but probably just 1 fire and 1 ice brood mother. And then the dragons that I have in those pens, of course that pen wasn't like super huge. I'm going to be going for like maybe like a tier 3 dragon. So like halfway up the growth scale. I don't want it to be too big. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some of these dragon meals, which take a bunch of bones and then just 4 meat of any kind. And then I also want to make 1 sickly dragon meal, which will stunt the dragon's growth and it lasts forever. You feed it this and it will never grow again, no matter if you feed it dragon meals or time passes. Which we'll get into all of that here in just a second. So we're going to need 4 spider eyes and 4 poisonous potatoes. Not a problem. I actually only have 4 poisonous potatoes, but it's enough for our first dragon. So it'll get us started, and then we're going to be getting into auto farming here soon. We'll probably have more poisonous potatoes then. But for now, 4 will be fine. And I forgot to grab the bones. I forgot to grab them. I did stock up on meats, as you can tell. I've stocked up quite a bit on meats. And let me grab these grubs as well. Alright, so let's go ahead. You can take dragon bones, turn them into 9 bones, which actually is really, really nice. And then we're going to go ahead and craft ourselves up a bunch of dragon meals. And let's go ahead and get some more. You're going to need a lot of these. Especially if you're going to like max size dragons, you're going to need a ton of these things. So just be prepared. Because a dragon has, basically, a dragon meal will pass a day's worth of growth. Because a dragon has, I think it's like 128 days that it takes for a dragon to grow to full size. But you can use your dragon meals, and you can basically skip a day for each dragon meal. So if you're going to max size, it's going to take you about 2 stacks to go to like full size. Something like that. May not be exactly right, but it's pretty close in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just make as many dragon meals as I can. There we go, 64. That'll be great. And we're just going to kind of play it by ear. And then I'm going to turn one of these into a sickly dragon meal, which will stunt the growth. And now we're ready to hatch our dragon. And basically the ice dragons, what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy and we're going to drop him in some water. And he needs to be covered up in water. So I'm actually just going to put him right down here. Long term, I am going to have a place in the hatchery that handles the eggs. But for right now, we're just going to place him right there. And if we give him a second, he should get covered over in ice. There we go. Okay, now I do suggest that you hang out near your dragon egg. I want to say it takes it takes a few minutes if I recall. But the problem is, if you don't hang out near it, it can despawn. And I don't think it's so much of a bug as, I mean, you've got a dragon. And if it doesn't see you, it doesn't recognize you as its parent, so it probably just wanders off. It's like, well, nobody was here to greet me when I came out of my eggs, so I'm just going to wander off, you know. Okay, our dragon just hatched. And there it is. So if we pop down here, we hit right click on it. Look at this. I love this. When they're this little, we're going to keep some dragons this little. But you can see it actually just sits on my shoulder. And the cute thing is it'll actually attack enemies. It's kind of bugging out right now, but it will actually attack enemies that attack me and stuff. Like it'll shoot little frost breath there. I don't know why he's bugging out. But anyways, we're going to take him upstairs. Upstairs we go, little dragon. Now he's like bugging out all over the place. Are you still... No, he got off my shoulder. Okay. I hatched a new one. I don't know if it was a bug or what it was. If it's on your shoulder, if you hit X, you can place it down. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of my dragon meal and just kind of feed this little guy up. And we're going to go ahead and grow him a decent amount. And actually, let me take my dragon staff and I'm going to tell him to stay just with a right click. And then if we shift right click, we can see it's a male. Stage 2 right now, 29 days. Like I said, it takes about 128 days for these to become fully grown, but you can speed it up with these meals. So each one of these is like a day. And if we take our horn, we can shift right click, pick him up, and hold right click, and release, and there we go. See, there he is. And let's go ahead and feed him up a bit more. You can see his armor and his health go up as he grows. And at full size, they have 500 health. They are quite powerful beasts, to say the least. No, I don't want to... Oh, sorry. Sorry. I don't want to ride you right now. He is currently a stage 3. And this is actually probably about as big as I'm going to make him. Because I want him to fit nicely in his cage. So, like, right there. I think that's a fitting sized area for the dragon. And then if we take our sickly dragon meal and we right click him with that, there we go. And we take a look. He's currently stage 3, 63 days. He's never going to get any bigger or stronger. Okay, this is as big as he's going to get. Now, like I said, we're going to have different stages of dragons. This is just our first one. And I'm going to go ahead and snag him real quick. And I want to make... I was wondering what my gender was going to be, right? Well, we got a male, so I'm going to go set up a name tag for him. I'm going to come up with a name, and I'll be back here in just a second. Alright, so let's place him back down. And I want to say, yeah, we have to use the name tag. So let's just go ahead and right-click. Okay, so here we go. We have Sapphiron. Of course, a WoW reference. There was a couple names I was wanting. I was really wanting a female, of course. But actually, the blue dragons do kind of look like... It's quite a fitting name, I think. I do believe. So, anyways, let's go ahead and take him out for a test drive. There we go. And you can see we can store him in the horn and just take him around with us now. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust these because Dragon Breath, we're going to do it as add on my Naga. Dragon Strike will be... I'm going to do Z for the dragon down and baby dragon off to take it, you know, take the dragon down and get the baby off of me. And the Dragon Strike, I'm going to switch up manipulate schematic is set. Okay. Okay, so we should be good. I've got my Naga and then I'll just bring the dragon down with Z. I think that'll work. So let's go ahead and summon him. And this will be like where we take off from, I think. I'm probably going to end up opening this a little bit, but like look at this. This is what a dragon rider looks like. And oh, and I've got so much health at the moment. And actually, do we want to, I tell you what, before we take him out, oops. Okay. Yeah, see, that's why I need to open this up a bit. There we go. Okay, let me pop down here. We're going to make ourselves some dragon armor, too. Because you can put armor on these guys, and there's different armor that you can make. If you take a look, there's iron, gold, and diamond. And I think he deserves diamond. I do believe. He's probably going to be like my main dragon that I ride off to war on. I think, because he's the firstborn of my horde. And he'll be like my primary like frost dragon for battle, I think. So what we're going to need is we're going to need diamond blocks. I mean, this stuff's expensive, right? Alright, let's go ahead and bring him back out. And we're going to go ahead and set this up. Actually, I can just shift click. And look at that. That is a mean looking dragon. Alright, let's go for a test drive. You ready for this? So spacebar, and you can fly. And listen to the sounds. Like, look at that. And it'll just, like, float. It's so good. I love the controls for this. And Z to go down. Oh, it's so good. Control. Just don't hit shift, otherwise your dragon will, like, slowly come down. I mean, it will come down to you. Luckily, we have nanosuit just in case that happens. Now, I will say there is, in the more recent updates, the dragons get so big. Like, you take fall damage getting off of them. I mean, they get massive. But they have fixed it so you no longer take fall damage when you dismount your dragon. However, I think if you just, like, dive off your dragon, like, and like, fall from, like, mid-air, it will potentially give you some fall damage. So, we have flight now for, like, travel. And it's actually pretty fast, right? I mean, I'm getting around decently quick. Now, we're still going to get some hippogriffs. We're going to get some hippocampus. We're still going to get, you know, a bit of those. And not the part of the brain. I don't mean the part of the brain, but I mean the animals. And then, of course, we're going to get cockatrices and death worms and all that stuff. Ice and Fire is so much fun. It's like one of the best mods ever, I dare say. So, let's try our Dragon Breath. You ready for this? Look at that. And that will freeze stuff in place. I want to find, actually, there's some animals right over here. Like, watch this. Just insta-kill chicken. Look at that. Now, the Dragon Strike is a mouth attack. See, it's going to bite anything that's near its front. And then if I do Ice Breath... Let's see. Oh, it's so hard to aim it sometimes. I mean, there we go. It's actually kind of easier to aim it when you're on the ground, but look at that. It's like freezing the zombie in place. And then I can bite it and kill it. And, of course, the higher ranks that you go, like if this was a tier 5, it would deal more damage. So these things go up to 500 HP, and, like, I mean, they're long. They're like 40 blocks long or something. I mean, they're massive. So... they do get rather large. But this is our very first dragon. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so excited. I'm so glad to have dragons. And like I said, we're going to get into breeding and all kinds of stuff with our dragons. I'm super excited because we're going to get, of course, we're going to get some more frost dragons up and going. I've got to make some more dens. And then we'll move into the world of fire dragons where we can just burn the world with our dragons. And look, I mean, our base is built for dragons, right? Like, this upper part is like one big dragonary. So, and I love the sounds, right? They just sound so good. And then if we want to bring it in for a landing, we can do so. It's a lot cooler flight than other things. I know, no, you need to... This might actually be kind of hard to land. There we go. There we go. I've got to remove the, oh, we got a Prudentium chest plate. I've got to remove these blocks and make it a lot taller because it's way too low at the moment of a ceiling. I will be working on that. I'm going to be spending a bit of time working in here. And this isn't as dark as it looks. It's like a lighting visual bug. It happens with Minecraft. But, yeah. So we've got our very first dragon of many. Because like I said, I'm going to have like different growth stages. I want some little babies, you know, hanging around. And I want like different sizes and stuff hanging around. So, but this will be our first one. And we'll hear that sound like all the time up here. It's going to be great. So, and then because we're going to have like the armor set up and everything. And dragon heads and dragons in these cages. And oh, it's going to be great. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys like the Dragon Den. I hope you guys like the dragons. We will be doing a bit with dragons. So, I don't know if we'll get back into dragons next episode, or if we want to tame some of the other mythical creatures, right? Because there's a bunch of them that are tameable. I'm not for sure. I might try to get another Dragon Den so we can at least get another, like our Sapphire Dragon up. I might hunt some more. We'll see. Probably not. I probably just want to breed them. So, but anyways, we'll get into that stuff here soon. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.